this is where
her car was for over a week and a half, sitting here at this guy's house while he was across the street digging with a backhoe.
So somebody was actually living here at that time.
Nobody was living here. He was putting water lines in the property off of this. So he claims that he never seen a vehicle in that shed, yet he parked the tractor every night right here. Every night. It came into this yard.
And her
car was inside that.
In that shed over there.
Mm-hmm.
And he never seen it.
And the police believed it. Now he is connected with the tow truck driver. So as soon as he thought it was too hot to keep it here on this property, he decided to call his neighbor, which is a tow truck driver, and he had him pick it up and move it and drop it off at the other location I'll show you, and just left it on the road and then called the police. Now the police...
But he told the cops that he'd never seen it before.
Yeah.
But he had a tow truck driver take it out of here.
Yeah. And they were...
And they believed him.
Yes.
Wow.
If that don't sound suspicious, what does?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So the stuff that I learned today has a million questions running through my mind. And I'm sure by the time you're done watching this video, you are gonna probably feel the same way. Man, there is some serious corruption. Someone is purposely or has purposely buried the Monique Figueroa case. All right, so we are out here in Juniper Hills, and I'm here with Mr. Figueroa. You just heard that story he said right now, how his daughter's car was right there in that garage slash shed type thing for the longest time, and that there was somebody out here doing some backhoe work, connecting lines that would run from here all the way to back there. You see that?
The gate's right there.
And the guy's claiming that he never seen Monique's vehicle, but yet he somehow called a tow truck driver and had the tow truck come out here to move her vehicle. And I guess we're gonna go past that location as well. And that's where they found her vehicle, the other spot?
Yeah.
How long was it sitting here for again?
It was like a week and a half.
And at the other spot?
Just that day.
That's that's crazy.
Yeah, that's like, get it out of here. You know, gotta move it. Why wouldn't you call them here to this location?
Who brought her car here?
Well, exactly, but why wouldn't you call the cops to this location?
Yeah.
Why?
So he moved it and then called them.
Yeah. Exactly.
And they believed the story.
100%.
Wow. That doesn't even make sense.
Now, Dr. Voss, which is the guy that has invented this contraption that they call it the gizmo, that will actually take a piece of someone's DNA and they can actually find bones and body parts of humans. It distinctly distinguishes between animals and humans, and especially if you give it a DNA sample inside the machine, it'll actually pinpoint, and it comes up positive.
Who's this?
Comes up positive for my daughter's DNA here. So she
stopped.
So she could come and be in pieces here and can be in another spot. But the cops said they would come out here and dig. We pinpointed a spot for them to dig, and when we came back, they didn't even dig in the right spot. It's just a pumper truck.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's crazy. I'm still tripping out on how did they believe him, and why would he move her vehicle, get it out of here, and then call.
what he said.
Yeah.
And he owns the house across the street from where the car was found. He actually owns another piece of property there. I guess his resident resides in Ventura somewhere. He has multiple properties, and he claims, you know, he just didn't see it. But yet, I've had people that drove up and down the street every day while he was driving the tractor said that it was parked here every night. So they'd see him out here on this side during the day, and at night he'd park it.
Who was living here?
Nobody. It's been abandoned for years. So, you know, evidently brought my daughter here, or brought her car here, and decided to hide it in the carport there.
I think whatever happened to her is right here.
Quiet.
It's right. This is the spot.
It's empty in the house.
Did the cops check this house?
They actually did a walk around, and that was it.
Just walked them.
Just walked it.
Walked them outside and everything. What the freak?
They didn't do an extensive search of the property because they just felt it wasn't necessary because the car wasn't here. But yet the car was originally here. And it was brought here for a reason. He is friends with other people that are involved with this case, and through the grapevine, and I find it highly suspicious. They never looked into it. The paint that was transferred on my daughter's car is there's white and green paint, and she said, was that paint there before? And I said, absolutely not, because her Mercedes is black. So I said that maybe somebody ran her off the road to get her, and that you need to take paint samples. And she goes, well, maybe the tow truck driver did it because the tow truck was white. I go, well, don't you think you should ask him? Or don't you think you should take a paint sample from his tow truck to see maybe he was involved in it? Or maybe it just was an accidental paint transfer. But you need to ask him, and you need to do a test. Now, as far as I know, to date, she hasn't taken one test. It's the reason why the car is still in the impound in Los Angeles. She said she needed to take paint samples.
So her car is down below?
Yeah, it's down below. 6 years. I griped at him because it was here in Palmdale in the back in Palmdale Sheriff Station with the windows rolled down, and year after year it rained, and I told him, don't you think your evidence is getting tainted? Oh, we're going to move it. So that within an hour they had, guess who'd come and pick it up? The tow truck driver. I seen him back there loading it up on his truck, took it to Los Angeles. I said, can I have a picture of the car to prove that it's actually in an indoor facility, not outdoors, ruining the evidence? And I never could get a reply back, ever. And I got documents texting to that statements. Never got a picture back. As far as I know, it's sitting outside in a lot somewhere with the windows down, with everything ruined in it as far as evidence-wise. I've asked for the car back multiple times and have never could get a straight answer, ever. The car is probably ruined from the rats and mice living downtown Los Angeles. You know, how could we ever possibly even sell it and put the money on my granddaughter's school fund or something? We can't. It's not even going to be worth it. As far as I'm concerned, the county owes me a car.
All right, guys. So there's a little back history on this house. This house has been abandoned for several years. Now here's the catcher. Monique Figueroa, as a kid, there was friends of her family that grew up in this house. And this is way out here in the back part of Juniper Hills, the mountain right there. It's real quiet out here. You know, neighbors are spread out here and there. But for some odd reason, her car ended up right here. Right there in that garage section, right? And once again, she grew up with some of the kids that grew up in this house. This house has been abandoned for a very long time. What made her, nobody else knew where this house was at, what made her come here? If she is the one that drove herself out here. And then why would the guy that was out here working get her vehicle moved from here, get it towed from here, taken to another location, and then call it in? This doesn't make sense to me, bro.
Get in my carport. You need to come and investigate. I believe it's the car you're looking for. Because he apparently thought it was important to call his buddy, the tow truck driver, and get it off the property. Why wouldn't you just leave it exactly where it was if you knew this car was being looked for as a missing person? Wouldn't you want to preserve any evidence? As far as I'm concerned, you tainted everything by moving it.
He knew that that car was for missing persons, yet he moved it off of the property. I think he was trying to hide. If he moved it off of the property, moved it away, discovered somewhere else, guys, right? So that way, her car can be discovered somewhere else.
Only a light search of this property.
And it'll only be a very light search, like Mr. Figueroa said, of this property.
People think different.
So guys, this is what's going on. Whatever people Monique was dealing with, they were under the impression that she was gonna tell on them, that she was gonna drop dime, that she was gonna snitch on them, whatever else, right? And it seems like when Monique was pulled in for questioning, she didn't really know nothing. She didn't know anything at all. And the cops, I guess, basically, she refused to tell them anything, okay? And I've seen this happen before, where if the cops don't like you, and if they have it out for you, they will basically put a jacket on you in the street. They'll go out there and freaking, oh, hey, yo, you know, so-and-so told me that you said this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then the word travels and the word travels. And then next thing you know, you got people that's taking the words of a cop and believing them. And then this could be a scenario, guys, of what happened, you know, with Monique Figueroa. But whatever happened to her, it happened right here. It happened here, guys. DNA was found all the way out there up on that hillside through a private source. And the person that owns all this got big money. He got big pockets. So, yeah. I know. We'll do a little bit more digging and see what we can find. All right, so the other property's right up here.
Yeah, that White House on the left belongs to the property we just left, where her car was initially stashed. This guy owns this property too. So he has the car picked up. I never see anybody live here. But this first dirt road right here should be a metal container. They brought the car, brought it up this dirt road and dropped it off just about where that watershed is up there. My glass is enormous. But the car was dropped off right about in this location right here.
Right here?
Right here. And left. And then called.
What about these people here?
Yeah, that's
Are they here?
That's a deputy that lives there.
and they dropped off her car next to a deputy's house.
Yeah.
What?
Claims he knows nothing about nothing.
Wow.
Now, his name has been brought up in other conversations through the internet more than once on keep an eye out for him being possibly dirty.
Yeah. Now, it was
The
dropped
tow
off
truck
here.
driver lives right over there, the next property over. Yeah. One big happy circle here.
You guys, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. I mean, I didn't know all of this extra stuff until right now. That house out there in Juniper Hills, the guy moving her car and then reporting it missing. You guys let me know what you think, because I have this very, 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 very strong feeling that whatever happened at that house, and her dad feels the same exact way. And then on top of everything, when her car was moved from that house, guess where they moved it to? Right onto a piece of property next door to a sheriff's deputy, and the tow truck that came to pick up the car lives next door to the sheriff's deputy.